This is a quick video on the Nostalgia brand ice cream maker. And that this is more like the old-fashioned ice cream makers, except for this one, of course, you do still have a plug-in, so it is an electric motor. Basically, you just fill this entire area all the way around with ice and rock salt, or if you don't have rock salt, you can just use regular salt. You might just have to use a little bit more of it. I would say this is probably maybe a 2-gallon bucket, and then your motor just fits down in those little grooves and it locks in place. And as soon as you turn it on, there is no on and off switch, so all you're doing is just plugging it in and it turns on. So you do need to make sure that you have this in place. And then of course it spins. It does not have any type of attachment on the bottom. It just sits on top of that plastic in the middle, and then it just spins around. And as it's spinning, don't ask me exactly how it works, but this container will actually move in the opposite direction of that beater. So that's how it stirs. Other than that, now I will give people that are just using this for the first time a heads up. When you use this for the very first time, and as you see, the ice makes indentions all the way around it and scratches it, which is perfectly normal, you are going to, and it's not going to get into the ice cream, but you are going to have, when you pour this out, all the water and the rock salt and everything, you're going to see where it looks almost like the silver came off. Basically all that is where the ice has ground against this for so long that it just rubs it off. I think after the first or second time of using it though, it doesn't do it again, but just to give you a fair warning. And then also, not that you would run it that long, but if for some reason you run it long enough that the ice melts and rises up, the water itself, it will pour out of here, which is why a lot of times I use this either outside or I use it in the kitchen sink. And the reason for that is because since this sits probably a couple of inches below the top of this bucket, you don't want the water to rise up and be able to get into the ice cream itself. One last thing I'll say is they do send a little cap so that you can just stick this over into the refrigerator, not the refrigerator, the freezer, and you just stick this on here so that you don't have any freezer burn ice cream.